Hi, I'm Sandra Lizcano and my coworker is Junior Hurtado. We are foreign language students from the University of Pamplona and we are going to present our pedagogical project enhancing EFL students' pronunciation by implementing tongue twisters. So in order to present our project, we are going to start with the introduction, also the justification, objectives, limitations, theoretical background, literature review, methodology, and references. To start with the introduction, we found here the definition of communicative competence, which is a set of competences that enable a person to act using specifically linguistic means. Here we put this phrase because our objective here is to enhance the oral communication. And that is why we choose tongue twisters because as foreign language students, we have to improve or to use the language and to talk with other people, but we have noticed that some advanced learners don't speak in the correct way or have some pronunciation mistakes. So with this project, we want to enhance the pronunciation of those students and help them to improve their communication and their academic achievement. So my partner is going to continue with the justification.
Okay, taking into account that Sandra mentioned before, it is important to mention that the tongue twister is a very suitable strategy that can help to ameliorate pronunciation because, as Sandra said, many students, or in this case, advanced learners, have difficulties when communicating orally. So, in this case, an example of this is when we are going to talk about something that we are not had a preparation, we are not prepared, and also because it's important to mention that students sometimes have the level about the proficiency that they have. So furthermore, here, considering these reasons, this project seeks to enhance students' pronunciation by implementing strategies for the students to be aware of their English speaking and also improve their pronunciation. All this through a virtual learning environment. Consider the limitation that at the moment had been established, taking into account COVID and also the virtual process. So for that reasons, uh, in order to enhancing this process, we are going to use internet, and also it is required for the participants to be connected to the development of this project. Also, we continue with the objectives of our project. So we found the general objective and the specific objectives. So you can continue, Sandra.
Okay, Junior. Yes, as you can see here, we find the general objective, which is to enhance English pronunciation in foreign language students through tongue twisters through the implementation of a virtual learning space. In this case, it's going to be Teams. Also, we find the specific objectives, which are to identify students' difficulties in terms of pronunciation of similar words. The second objective is to implement the use of phonetics and phonology pronunciation techniques to teach the importance of using stress, rhythm, and intonation in oral communication. And the last one, to use tongue twisters to foster students' pronunciation.
Okay, now we will continue with the ethical consideration and limitations. In these steps, in this part, we consider three aspects related with the respect and information about the purpose of the project, also the time and space, and the objectives of our study. So taking into consideration those three aspects, first, a respect for the participants, and also those responsible for the project will be promoted. In addition, the right and integrity of the participants are an important factor and aspect that will be taken into account. On the other hand, participant will be voluntary in the participation, and also they will have the opinion of leaving the project or the option of leaving the project without any consequences. According to the space, according to the the participant will inform about the use and the purpose of this information, and that will be collected in order to obtain the full concept of the partition, and finally the the considerations about the anonymity will be taken into account. So in this case, continue with the limitations.
Okay, about the limitations, as my partner said, there are time and space considering the schedules that our participants have. So we have to take into account those limitations. To continue with the theoretical framework background, we have explained which are those tongue twisters that can be used or how to use these tongue twisters. For example, we were based on a study about, of Amelia 2017, where she concluded that using tongue twisters is beneficial and help students to improve their pronunciation. Also, we have the explanation of virtual learning environment. Here, we explain that using virtual learning environment can be beneficial also at these moments because these virtual learning environments offer the possibility to access to several sources of knowledge, and many positive effects have been found. For example, students see the use of the virtual learning environment as beneficial and easy to use. So we are going to promote or to continue using virtual learning environments. On the other hand, we have that to work with tongue twisters, it is important to know how to use phonetics, how to use the rhythm and the stress, and all the topics related to the use of the language in an orally way. So my partner is going to continue with the literature review.
Okay, in the literature review, we use some orders or some researches that were handled before in order to have references of the process that we are going to continue in our project. So this section provides a review of the study related to teachings of English pronunciation through tongue twisters in order to know the advantages of implementing this strategy to improve the students' pronunciation. So for that reason, as you can see here in the slide, there are three studies that were analyzed that were analyzed. So, for example, in the first study carried out by Rothman 2016 showed that the result obtained in this study was through an action research, where the other used the tongue twister implementation on a 10th grade students. So in this, the author displayed that the advantages of using tongue twister in order to ameliorate the process of pronunciation of the students, and also that sometimes the practice accomplish the task, but it was noticed that they feel interested and more engaged in order to continue with this strategy. And on the other hand, we continue with the study of the Fidelity 2021 that investigate the autonomous ELL learners while out practice speaking skills during the pandemic of COVID-19. So this study was developed in Indonesia, and through it, there was found that many strategies are implemented, including singing as the favorite technique. So in this case, the other using a mirror to practice a speaking skill. And however, could be noticed in this study that only a few of the participants were focused on fluency, but not in grammar. As a result, those twisters, in this case, are the favorite way to practice, and it shows that it foster autonomous learning without the other realize that it's a good alternative that students can use and also to improve their pronunciation. The last result, the last study that we propose is according to Fernandez, 2014, and state that English project-based language learning is a good alternative in order to implementing tongue twister in the classroom. And the studies, in this case, the main difference between Spanish and English pronunciation. And for the other, it was necessary to study the main characteristics of some phonological aspects such as vowels, consonants, prosody, stress, ring, and intonation. In this case, the author established that the methodology were introducing the ideas uh, to develop the methodology that will make the teaching more effective, which include techniques such as reels from the oral lingual method or visual aids from the totally physical response. So according to this order, all the response tools that were used make an autonomous training that the student use in order to improve their pronunciation and also the progress about the use of tongue twisters. So now we continue with the methodology that we are going to use in our project.
Okay, about the methodology, first, the population that will participate in this project will be foreign language students from 7th to 9th semester. Also, it will be implemented project-based learning, which is a methodology that is based on resolving problems, for example, and also is focused on the student. On the other hand, we are going to take into account the communicative approach, and the resources that will be used are going to be tongue twisters, the virtual learning environment, which is Teams, and in that way, we are going to implement this project. Now we can continue with the next slide, which are the annexes. Here we can find the logo and the poster that will help to promote this project. So, Junior.
Yes, as Sandra said before, those annexes are important in our project because uh, they can help us in order to promote our project and to arrive to the students that is going to improve their language pronunciation. See also we create a punch weight in this case. We are using Instagram in order to upload information about kids and also videos related to tongue twisters, and Instant Space in order to improve the pronunciation with the use of tongue twisters. So that's evidences and the logo and the poster are useful for us in order to promote our project. Now here we also put all information about the references that we have in order to have an interview about and
Yeah. Junior, before finishing this video, it's important to say that project-based learning will guide this project because it privileges the way that the students learn. Also, it allows students to learn and communicate through a learning process. And in this case, we are going to promote or to motivate the students to participate through the videos that they can do and that will be published on Instagram. So thank you very much. We can finish this presentation.